So this is Siga, and in this way it is written Siga. Siga, when we talk about Siga, it is known as Ijab wa Kabul. Ijab, what is Ijab? What is Kabul? We will define in the next slides. And this is Akedan, the second one. It means the contracting parties. Aqd karne wale log, wo Akedan कहलाते हैं. And these were the two. And the third one was the Ma'qud alay, subject matter. This is Ma'qud alay. Ma'qud alay is the thing upon which contract is being concluded, यानी जिस चीज के ऊपर अक्द किया जा रहा होता है तो हम कहते हैं कि ये माकूद अलैह है. If a person bought a commodity for 10 rupee, so the buyer is and the seller both are akidan, and the commodity is ma'qud alayh, because commodity is the thing upon which the contract is being concluded, जिसके ऊपर वो अक्द किया जा रहा है, तो हम कहते हैं कि ये ma'qud alayh है. So these are three. So these are, according to majority of the jurists, these are three elements of contract. Elements of contract mean arkan aqd. तो ये उनके नजदीक तीन अरकान अक्द हैं upon which a contract depends. The validity of the contract depends upon whether the contract will be considered valid or not. So it will be determined looking at the elements of the contract. But according to the jurist, Hanafi jurist, they are of the view that no, there are not three elements of contract. They are of the view that only siga, mean offer and acceptance, is element of contract, and other remaining like contracting parties and subject matter, they are condition of the for the validity of contract. वो शर्त के तौर पर तो लिए जा सकते हैं कि भी वो जरूरी होने चाहिए, but आकेदैन और माकूद अलैह वो कहते हैं कि these are not elements of contract. And looking Allama as-Sanhuri, he was a great eminent jurist. He said that Muslim jurist has cited 7 component elements in this regard. Actually, the Sanhuri, what he did is that he combined all of the jurists' views and he collected them, and he said that these 7 are considered as elements of the contract. So, according to him, the concurrence of offer and acceptance, occurrence of offer and acceptance mean one party offered and other party accepted. So this is one element. The unity of majlis of contract, the sitting, the session in which two parties are concluding the contract. एक वो जगह, एक वो वक्त जिसके अंदर वो आपस में बैठकर कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो उसे कहते हैं मजलिस अक्द. We will define in next slides what is the majlis aqd, what is the session of the contract. Plurality of the contracting parties. Plurality mean more than one parties. Single person cannot become buyer and the seller. It means that a person, he himself is seller and he himself is buyer, it cannot be possible. So that is why there should be plurality of the contracting parties. More than one person should be. So that is how it would be done. For example, two people, they make same person their agent to sell and buy. So that same guy cannot become same party, like he cannot become seller himself and can buyer himself. So that is why this is the, according to the jurist said, that there should be plurality of the contract. एक ही बंदा नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो खुद भी बेचने वाला हो और खुद ही खरीदने वाला हो, तो ये नहीं हो सकता. The fourth one is reason, akal, or the power of distinction of the contracting parties. तो तमीज करना, तमजीज मीन अच्छे और बुरे के अंदर फर्क करना. He can discriminate between good and bad, profit and loss. He can discriminate, distinction. और ही कैन मस्ट बी रीजन, इंटेलेक्ट हो उसके अंदर, अक्लमंद हो, आकिल और बाले हो, चीजों की तमीज कर सकता हो. तो दैट इज द थिंग, दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस फोर्थ पॉइंट, that the subject matter, the subject is uh, susceptible to the delivery. और जो सब्जेक्ट है वो डिलीवरी ऐसी जगह हो जहां पर आप डिलीवर कर सकते हैं, डिलीवर करना पॉसिबल हो. द ऑब्जेक्ट डिफाइंड, द ऑब्जेक्ट मीन वो जगह जहां पर आपने पहुंचाना है, वो जगह भी डिफाइन हो कि आपने डिलीवर कहां पे करना है. And the seventh one is beneficial nature of the object in that it is permitted for trade. तो इसका मतलब यह है कि वो चीज ऐसी हो that must be fruitful, that must be an fruit, that must be an objective with any benefits. चीज ऐसी हो जिससे आप बेनिफिट ले सकते हो. Like wine, you cannot get benefit because you are Muslim, and for Muslim there is no benefit in wine. So that is why it cannot be subject matter. ये चीज नहीं बन सकती जिसके ऊपर आप सेल करें. So these are not element of contract according to Asanori, but conditions for validate of execution of the contract. So these seven, he concluded, he added, and he said that these are not seven elements of contract. Rather, he said that these seven are conditions for the execution of the contract. Without these completing these 7 points, 7 conditions, a contract cannot be considered valid according to As-Sanhuri, and he is not of the view that these seven are elements of the contract. He is of the view that these seven are conditions for the validity of contract. So, what is the difference between element of the contract and the condition of the contract? Elements mean without elements a contract cannot be even exist. But condition mean that contract can exist, but it should be cancelled. It should be cancelled without fulfilling the condition. तो शर्त और एलिमेंट रुकन के अंदर यही फर्क होता है कि अगर रुकन मिसिंग होगा तो अक्द सिरे से होगा ही नहीं, और अगर शर्त मिसिंग होगी तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो हो जाएगा लेकिन उस शर्त को पूरा न करने की वजह से उसको कैंसिल करना पड़ सकता है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की वैलिडिटी पे मसला आ सकता है. सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एलिमेंट एंड द शर्त ऑफ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट.